Come on, Mr. Vaminos. Down na yap. Miyago. Inayap coffee. Namipitito likes to see. Back shot. Back shot.
Why do I always come onto these live streams just singing BS? Come on, man. Come on, man. We need. Oh, shit. We need a crowd today. I swear to y'all. I swear to y'all. I charge this. I charge this. I charge this to 100% just to turn this hoe on and it be at 35. I might need to grab my charger sooner or later in this live stream. Guys, I can't find my chain. Can y'all find my chain? Can you say "Donde chain"? ¿Dónde está chain? Back. Joy Ed, man, let's go. Come on, chat. Where my chat at, man? It's been a while. I have been live streaming a little bit more. I live streamed last week. I live streamed 5 days ago, and I'm live streaming today. That's a lot better than 3 weeks ago. Good golly. 3 live streams in a week isn't bad. Y'all got to join. Join, man. I probably should have done like playoff, maybe a playoff title. Or jeez, I got mosquito bites all over my body, yo. This is why I hate pulling weeds. I can't do it. I can't find my chain, guys. It's actually stressing me out. It's actually stressing me out. Join in, man. Join in. It's time, man. Yo, black is time word. I actually can't find my chain, y'all. Black is time word. It's timing. This is how we do the intros to our live stream. I'm not even going to start talking yet till there are a couple people in here. Y'all know what time it is, though. Y'all know what time it is, bro. It's playoff time, yo. It's playoff time. I can't find my chain. This shit's low-key stressing me out. It's playoff time, yo. Come on now. Black is time word. It's playoff time. I don't know what y'all doing on this Friday night. Y'all probably out not doing anything because better get the party in. I understand. It's gonna get cold soon. Come on, join. Pile in. Ladies and gentlemen, we kicking off the live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and kick off the live stream because I just don't know where everyone is. Instead of me just yapping. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to stress. I hope I didn't lose this shit. It's my favorite chain. It's somewhere in the house though. Come on, man. I know I haven't live streamed in a minute. I probably haven't done a couple videos in a minute. I've been doing some film breakdowns, as you all saw. I think the last one I put out was what? The Liberty's film breakdown. And I have another video on the Liberty as well. Shout out Maddie Westfeld. Maddie dropped a career high 25. She was working the hour out, but I'll give Nene some grace because, you know, she's been out. She's just basically getting her minutes back up as well. So she was trying to find like her groove as well. Maddie Westfeld finally fought. Chicago. Maddie Westfeld finally got minutes. Puts up 25. Shout out to Maddie though. But to prospective WNBA players, especially who are coming into training camp, the timing that Maddie Westfeld was on last night is the timing y'all need to be on in training camp. F everybody. F everything. I'm shooting this hoe. Don't ask me to pass the ball. I'm shooting. That timing that Maddie Westfeld was on, that's the timing everyone needs to be on. If you're trying to make a team, if you're in a training camp, you're on a training camp contract, F everybody. Respectfully. everything. I don't care what this setup is. I'm shooting. Don't ask me for nothing. Pump fake, one dribble, pull up. Maddie was looking clean last night. But we all know that. That's the Maddie we all know. Again, even last season, I told y'all in your senior year, I was super excited to see how Maddie plays. Maddie made the roster just not to get any burn on a team that's rebuilding. What team do you know rebuilds and doesn't play their rookies? You're rebuilding. The players that should be getting reps are your rooks. For some reason, that shit's backwards in the W. It's like you're rebuilding. We're gonna play all the vets. That to me is so stupid. It's so stupid. But anyway, we're gonna break down these standings. I wonder if I can pull up the playoff bracket. Oh no, this is just the ESPN article. And then we'll get into the playoff. We'll get into the regular season awards. I'll probably pull up Poster Hoops on the Poster Hoops, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, actually, we could just do it like this. We could just do it like this. Where is everyone, man? Pile into the live stream, yo. I don't even know what I want to tackle first. Maybe we save the playoff stuff for later and the Chicago Sky situation. Now, let me pull up Twitter. So, Twitter, I haven't been tracking everything because I've just been liking everything. I've wanted to do a couple of videos on like the Chicago Sky situation and continuously follow it, but I haven't really there's been so much news and a lot of stuff happening recently where it's just like it was hard to track all the stuff going on in the W. I have to do makeshift stuff down here. But I did say on the last stream I was going to get to it, and I kind of ended up talking about Angel more so, how I thought Angel was out of place, like her comments was out of place. Let me try to clarify my previous statements, because usually y'all know me to always stand with the players because I don't like the way a lot of these teams, companies, organizations be treating some of their workers, right? Fine. Let me not rephrase, but let me clarify. I don't like the fact, again, as I told you on the last live stream, I don't think those were Angel Reese's true sentiments, which is why I had a problem with it. But I don't have a problem with Angel Reese saying the franchise, the organization needs to get better, but that's not how you do it. You see what I'm saying? She essentially threw her teammates under the bus, and everyone's supporting it like, oh, she didn't say anything wrong. Yes, she did. She just didn't say it correctly. She didn't say it in a way that covered her ass. You see what I'm saying? There are ways to say this organization needs to get better without calling or insinuating that your teammates are booty. That's what I think people just don't understand. Like you can call out the organization, and really your teammates don't necessarily deserve that, even though it's I'm trying to if you're being real, let's separate team, front office. Okay, let's focus on the team. If we're focusing on the team, are the Sky better with you playing? Absolutely. But to throw your teammates under the bus as if your game isn't part of the problem of your team being a better team, then you don't get to say, oh, we need to go and get great and we need to go and get great and better players, or I don't know how we're gonna attract anyone here. You don't get to say that. You see what I'm saying? I just think she wasn't in a position where she can start dogging out teammates or implying that these teammates aren't that good or the players around her aren't that good. Now, and here's where I find it so crazy too, because if Angel is just copying what she heard off social media and recycling what she heard off Twitter, those words, those sentiments now have real consequences. So when you talk about, oh, is the locker room lost, or do her teammates not like her anymore, or her teammates not vibing or effing with her anymore? How stupid is it if Angel wasn't thinking for herself, saying these things, and now there are real consequences? The players, her teammates, are actually like, nah, like this is how you truly feel. Because remember, not everyone's seeing it from my perspective. Not everyone's seeing it from the perspective that I think Angel's just recycling stuff, right? Her teammates might just be thinking, oh, this is how she truly feels. You see what I'm saying? So now the fact that she already put those sentiments out, she already put those words out. Now her teammates are most likely going to be the ones to take that very literally. So how stupid is it that she might not even really feel that way, or might not have put it in the best structure? But I just find I find it so stupid if Angel was just recycling stuff she's seen online and then saying it without thinking, because you don't say that type of stuff and not understand that you're not CYAing, you're not covering your ass. You're not covering yourself. You're not even putting a force field around yourself to get backlash from that. So the team acting out, treating Angel the way treating Angel crazy, saying that they're looking to trade Angel Reese. When I keep trying to tell y'all, she's a second-year player. How do you get this much turmoil from a second-year player? How? I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. There's no way you get this much turmoil from a second-year player. She's a second-year player, and people and the team's like, oh yeah, we're gonna move her. Now, again, the Chicago Sky front office, I don't think they're a real front office. I'm gonna just say that y'all keep talking about this team's mismanaging this. This team has the worst management, worst front office, whatever. I don't think their front office is real. No, I don't think their front office is real, because look at what they're doing. We want to investigate Seattle. Y'all want to investigate Las Vegas. You guys want to investigate all these other teams. But why is there no investigation on the Chicago Sky? Why is there no investigation on the Chicago Sky? Answer that. Answer me that. You have an organization that's traded away players ranging from damn near like all-star caliber MVP level type players, or let's just call it all-star, to like excellent excellent role players. You've traded them all away. They've all left. You had Courtney Williams gone. You had Alana Smith gone. You had, well, Candace Parker, she wasn't safe. She got her chip. She got her chip and left. You had Kalia Copper gone. You have Angel Reese now, and you're looking to move her. You had Coach T Spoon, and you had Marina Mabry. You're giving, like, why isn't this being investigated? Think about this for a second. Why isn't that being investigated? An organization that is, and then you have no picks in the upcoming draft. You trade away your picks, so tanking doesn't benefit you in any way. What are you trying? Correct me if I'm wrong, but does this not sound like sabotage? Does this not sound like, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of how a lot of these state politicians try to pirate HBCUs. That's what this reminds me of. Cut this program, cut these scholarships. You're already reallocating the funds that are supposed to go to the HBCU elsewhere. Cut that out. We're not getting it. So you already have the school running on like a tiny lifeline thread, because you're reallocating their funds to elsewhere throughout the state or city, whatever. So now you're saying, oh, we only have this much to give you, and if you don't act right, we're not even going to give you this. So you're basically telling this school that you're supposed to be giving money to That money is already set aside for, you're telling them, oh, we can only give you $5 when you're withholding the $100 budget. Now, with that $5, of course the school has to start making cuts. Of course the school has to start cutting programs. Of course the school has to start shutting down scholarships. That's kind of what the Chicago Sky reminds me of, because this is how politicians try to pirate certain things. You see what I'm saying? And what I don't understand about the Chicago Sky is, why is no one calling for an investigation? A team that's it's not even tanking. You understand what I'm saying? It's not tanking. It's literally it's not tanking, it's like disruption. Like, you're actively trying to do nothing. You're purposefully trying not to do anything. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not no, you're purposefully trying to lose. No, you're like purposefully trying to run the organization into the ground. And then you get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like Chicago needs to be investigated. That's what I think. I feel like Chicago needs to be investigated. The Chicago Sky organization needs to be investigated. I don't think Teaspoon did anything wrong or to the level of that warranted her firing. You feel me? Like, okay, maybe she might have like mishandled some sort of coaching aspects, but wasn't that her first time being a head coach? Wasn't that her first time being a head coach and almost missed the playoffs by like missed the playoffs by an Angel Reese wrist injury? She didn't do anything wrong from a coaching standpoint, right? But you got her out of there. The Sky need to be investigated. They need to be investigated. Something bigger is going on there. You heard it here first. Something bigger is going on there. But to me, it sounds like sabotage. It sounds like there are people or there are forces actively trying to run the organization into the ground. And I don't know. I couldn't tell you if it's on act. Like, how do we know it's? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's part mismanagement, like some of these like front office people, some of these coaching staff. Maybe it's mismanagement on their part, but then there are the other forces from the front office that are just like happy to see that happen. They're happy to see a Gabby Williams get kicked out. You see what I'm saying? They're happy to see a James Wade leave early in the season. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it could be both. It could be a bad organization or a horribly mismanaged organization, and it could also be entities trying to dismantle the organization. That's the only thing I could think of, because no one does that. We've all seen tanking. We all understand how teams tank, right? But then there's this. If you're not trying to tank, what are you trying to do? What level of dog what level of dog doo-doo are you trying to reach? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. I really don't get that. But anyway, to move on from that point, I found it absolutely hilarious that they were lighting up Courtney Vandersloot, talking about she was coming back. I found that hilarious. That was okay. Now, like I told y'all, even though I said, y'all keep saying Angel Reese wasn't wrong and stuff like that, and I kept telling y'all it didn't matter. That part about Courtney Vandersloot, that was the only teammate slander I was rocking with. And it wasn't necessarily slander. It was actually somebody being real. And then Courtney Vandersloot had all these riders with her. Well, I mean, she had all these riders with her and whatnot, and then people defending her as if she's not 36 years old coming off an ACL tear. Nah, I'm sorry, Sloot. You wasting spots, yo. This is what I'm talking about. Who is here welcoming back a 36-year-old off an ACL tear? Aren't we trying to grow? Aren't we trying to grow the W? I'd rather give that spot to a Aurelio Girantes. I'd rather give that spot to, you know, Courtney Vandersloot. I want to see you guard Tania Watson. Like, that might be the only reason I root for her to have a spot in the W next season. Like, what are we like? If you got 36-year-olds coming off of ACL tears talking about, oh yeah, I'm definitely returning next year, you have some serious backing. You have some sway. You must have some sway. This is why I don't take the organization seriously. And then come to find out, the GM of Chicago, I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm gonna just call him Jeff P. Come to find out, dude don't even play ball. This is why I'm saying the Chicago Sky need to be investigated. Nah. There's no way. There's no way. I don't I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There's no way. This can't be real. Like, it can't be real. It can't be real. You're the GM of an organization. You have never touched a ball. Jump shot looking like Yana on your Rage's stream. No. I can't believe it. I can't rock with that, bro. I'm sorry. I haven't played basketball at the high level, like D1 level. I can hang with D1 players, by the way, but I haven't even played basketball at those levels. I've played high school ball, varsity, 3 years, and there's you telling me my career would be farther if I just didn't pick up a basketball and tried to join a front office. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. For a second I forgot. Stupid. So stupid. I can't. Yeah, the Chicago Sky need an investigation launched on them. Courtney Vandersloot, who? What did that John Legend song say? Who do we think we are? Who do we think we are? Sloot, you gotta. There aren't enough teams to the point where you can come back and nobody bats an eye. You coming back is a side eye. But if there were more teams to the point where you could just like sit on a bench and I'm trying not to be a dickhead. But how you trying to Aurelio Girantes versus Courtney Vandersloot training camp for the spot? Let's get negative. And here we go. Aurelio Girantes, Courtney Vandersloot, you want your spot in the WNBA, don't you? You're a legend of the game, Hall of Fame career. You think you can make this team? Well, I present to you number 11, Aurelio Girantes. First to 5 gets the spot. Loser's ball. If not, you are fired. Oh, and Chicago will burn. The fuck out. Oh my gosh, Courtney Vandersloot wore her spot back. Don't make me laugh. Courtney Vandersloot wore her spot back. 1v1 versus Aurelio Girantes for that. Actually, shit. Maddie Westbeld versus You want that spot on the Sky? Boy, you lucky the Sky reached out. Now that I think about it, now that the Sky is in such turmoil, it's not even a surprise that she ended up on the Sky. Maybe the Sky are the only so backwards team to give Courtney Vandersloot a spot. You see what I'm saying? So maybe it's no surprise that she ended up in Chicago, because Chicago is the type of team that's like literally not doing anything. So it's just like, oh yeah, come over here, come be a part of this no progress team. You know what I mean? Let me read chat. Chat, what up, man? It's not a lot of us in here, but I need people to join, man. I'm trying to get negative. I'm trying to get negative. Man, I'm gonna keep screaming that I should have signed Aurelio Garantes. Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. You gladiatress? I don't. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? At this point, run ones. By the way, I have been saying this, but W teams need to run ones way more. Like, whether it's position by position, cool. Position list, cool. They need to be. I can tell you right now, the teams that run ones in practice versus the teams that don't. Like, and I'm just talking individual players. It's like Sabrina going, hey, yo, Benija, come play me 1v1. Or Marine, come play me 1v1. Or Izzy going to Stewie, yo, come play me 1v1. Like, iron sharpens iron, right? I can tell you the teams that doesn't happen on. But here's the thing. They probably just need to do that in training camp. You really trying to stack your team. Now, keep in mind, the given is that Chicago is not a real place. Okay, so let's just not Chicago, the Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky. They're not a real thing. They're not a real team, right? So that's just the given. So understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about the ones in here. How to get a team at this point in the W? Let's run ones. Since the vets think they still have it, let's run ones. Run them ones in practice. What you doing in training camp anyway? Drills and closeout drills and box outs. Bro, professional basketball makes me laugh sometimes, man. And man, I want to be in it so I could be like, what is this? Yo, some traditional stuff, even though fundamentals are important, some of the stuff y'all tackling at this stage makes no sense, especially if you're going to go into the game and not do anything, not do any of the things. If you're going over the fundamentals in practice, more so than technically the skills that you need to further your game, which would make your team better. If you keep going over these fundamentals in practice and you don't even do it in the game, then why do you keep tapping into the traditional aspect of basketball or the traditional side of basketball? Y'all vets want to make these teams run ones. It seems like I'm joking around, but I'm dead serious. Aurelio Garantes is cooking Sloot. She's cooking Sloot like that's barbecue chicken for real. No, that's hibachi. That is right in front of you. That is serve, boy. Aurelio Garantes is cooking Sloot. And I'm talking, I'll take an injured Aurelio Garantes. I'll take a rehabbed Aurelio Garantes. I'll take Maddie Westbeld right now over some of these vets. Some of these vets, y'all not it, bro. I'll take Aurelio Garantes versus Marine Johannes. Pack her up. I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not doing this. Why do this? You know what? Now that I'm thinking it, I love doing these live streams because I start piecing it together live. That's really what it is. How does Courtney Vandersloot end up on the Chicago Sky? Well, the Chicago Sky aren't a real organization. They're not a serious organization. And plus, we talked about this at the beginning of the season too. I'm just like, Hailey Van Lith. I thought, by the way, my bad. Let me apologize because I thought teams were interested in giving. I thought rebuilding teams were interested in giving their rookies burn. Sorry, I didn't know it was the Mystics. I didn't know it was just the Mystics. Valks did their anomaly. But I didn't know it was just the Mystics. I didn't know it was the Connecticut Sun. Connecticut was tanking not tanking, but they were sucking all season. But as you saw, as the season progressed, you start seeing Anissa Mara pop-ups and I Rivers pop-ups, started doing work. Layla Lakon popped up, started doing work. Even though Layla, she's a rookie in the W, but she got games. She's been playing overseas. Who else? There's another. Am I missing another rookie in Connecticut? Either way. Yeah, I didn't know it was just the Connecticut Sun, Paige Beckers, because I don't know what the Dallas Wings were doing either. But Paige Beckers, the Connecticut Sun, and the Mystics giving their rookies burn. What happened to these other teams? Chicago, you been ass. Why aren't your rookies getting burned? Why did Maddie Westbeld have to pop off in the last game of the season? That Maddie Westbeld that y'all saw, that is Maddie. That Maddie could have been doing that all season. And imagine the confidence she would have had mid-season especially with the injuries y'all had to deal with. Angel Reese missing time. Imagine the confidence she would have had if you were giving her burn. How the hell is it again? I ask, how is it the reverse in the W? This traditional seniority rules BS in the W has to stop, bro. It has to stop because if that wasn't a thing, if seniority rules wasn't a thing in the W, Courtney Vandersloot doesn't think she can just come back and have a spot ready for her. I don't care what connection. Yeah, okay, maybe it's some nepotism at play here where she got some connections with the GM, with Jeff P. Cool, whatever. But you're not so emboldened to say, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely coming back next year." If there's no seniority rules complex in the W, hell no, you can't. A rebuilding franchise usually plays their rookies. No. Like Brittany Sykes was still on the floor with the rookies. No. And here you have Chicago playing vet. I don't know if I can take professional basketball seriously. At times, I don't know. You started Kia Nurse for like the first how many games of the season? Bro. You heard it here first. I even told y'all, like, I know this team isn't serious because Kia Nurse is starting. You started Courtney Vandersloot and Kia Nurse. Who you scaring? Who are you scared? Boy, if that ain't a benefits package lineup. That is a benefits package backcourt. Kia Nurse and Courtney Vandersloot in your starting lineup. You're playing. You're playing with people's dreams. That's what you're doing. You're playing with people's dreams. I can't rock with that. This live stream isn't even supposed to be about Chicago, but I can't rock with that, bro. But I did say I'd pick up. I can't, bro. Like you're pissing on my dream. Seriously, like these teams are pissing on my dream. They really are. It's not even funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. You know, it's funny, but it's not funny. The Chicago Sky also said they were looking to trade Angel Reese. I just don't like. Why is everyone skipping over the fact that this is a second year player, dog? Like, this doesn't have to be as lit up as it is. This really does not have to. This should not be drama. Let's get into these Angel Reese trade rumors now. So Chicago side said they're looking to trade Angel Reese. My first thought, I'll be real with y'all, my first thought was, who's trading for Angel Reese? Not on a disrespectful level, but on a what could you give up, or what would you give up for Angel Reese? And are there teams that want to give up an Angel Reese? Want to give up pieces for Angel Reese? Like, I don't know why I just said all that when I could have just said, my question is, what value does Angel Reese warrant? There were people saying that the Mystics should have drafted Reese. I think the Mystics had the 6th pick, right, 2 years ago, and we took Aaliyah Edwards just to trade Aaliyah Edwards. I still can't get over that. All right, you want to trade Sykes and Tank? Okay, but why are we moving Aaliyah Edwards? I don't know, I still don't like that move. Like, I like JC Sheldon, don't get me wrong, but I still don't like that move. But a lot of people were saying the Mystics should have taken Angel Reese instead of Aaliyah Edwards, I believe, if my draft pick numbers are correct. But I'm really trying to think, like, what value, what do you think Angel, chat, help me out. What do you think Angel Reese's value is? Like, what are you trading for Angel Reese? I don't know if you're trading players per se, because who are you going to trade? The same bummy vets she was complaining about, like, do you trade draft picks? You probably have to trade draft picks. I don't know. Let me see if I could pull up an article or something like that. Oh, that's Associated Press. Yo, they're lighting up Courtney Vandersloot. They're showing this old dude saying Courtney Vandersloot returning for the 2026 season. What the hell? Courtney Vandersloot seems to have heard Angel Reese's comments. This is what Courtney Vandersloot said when she was like referring to Angel Reese's Chicago Tribune interview. But yeah, by the way, Courtney Vandersloot was the only person that Angel Reese called out by name. I think that's apt, but again, I just think Angel was probably the most true thing I believe Angel said in that interview. I believe that was the most true thing Angel Reese said in that interview. All the other stuff, I think she was again just regurgitating the same thing she saw online. But when she was talking about Sloop, I think that was genuine. I think that was actually genuine. I don't think she was saying it in a malicious way, but I think that part was genuine because that's like a real question. Like, are we going to put the future of the franchise or our next stage of progress in the franchise on a 36-year-old coming back? I think that was genuine. Courtney Vandersloot responded to that and she said, contrary to what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. I'm coming back. Now, I made a tweet. I still want to get negative. I made a tweet that said, contrary to what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. I am coming back, end quote. I said, age is not a factor. I'm just like, did your body not just tell you it's a factor? Like, did your body not just tell you this shit's a... I don't know. Unless you heal like Logan, I don't... okay. All right. All right. All right. Oh, my gosh. All right. Courtney Vandersloot, who tore her ACL during the team's 7th game, the lack of depth behind her has been a glaring weakness and a major reason for the team's downfall. Reese doesn't want that to happen again next year. This is why AR mentioned Sloot. Chicago, and see. Reese basically said, quote, we can't rely on Courtney to come back at the age that she's at. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody, and it continues, but I won't read all of that. But you basically get what Angel Reese is saying. That I rock with. That I thought was actually genuine. And matter of fact, that kind of sounds like what I said in my video. But she didn't really allude to Haley Van Lith. She just said we need someone probably a little younger with some experience. Angel, you gotta, like I said, Angel. Yes, the art, or what you saying, like most people have drawn consensus on, absolutely. But you gotta, there are ways you could have said that. There are ways you could have crafted that. You feel me? There are ways you could have crafted that. All right. Here's an interesting post. The Sky could have drafted number 3 Sonia Citron, number 10 Tahina Paopao, number 11 Aaliyah Nye, but instead Jeff signed Courtney Vandersloot, Ariel Atkins, Rebecca Allen, Kia Nurse, and drafted 2 PFs because he didn't like his Angel Reese. I would have signed Ariel Atkins and Rebecca Allen. I thought those are 2 fine signings. Rebecca Allen, Ariel Atkins, cool. Those are actually players, but those other 2 spots, yeah, you kind of the fact that the Sky did pass up on Sonia Citron is actually kind of wild. That's actually kind of wild when you think about it, bruh. I did say in the pre-draft before all of this that I don't know if Tahina was the answer for Chicago. And I'm also thinking now, like with the new coaching, I don't think y'all would have gotten the same Sony. I don't think y'all would have gotten the same Sony. Sony over here, she was allowed to go. Like she was allowed to go. You feel what I'm saying? She got the burn. She was starting from the beginning of the season, setting records. 10 points in all 35 plus games. Good shit for Sony, by the way. I'm gonna have to go grab my charger in a little bit. But like Sony and Kiki, they were able to go. You know what I mean? Let me see, draft 2025. They were able to go. If the Sky got Sonia Citron, I don't think y'all would have seen the same player. She would have been great still. but I don't think y'all would have seen the same player that you all are seeing in DC because what y'all got going up there, I don't think one person's gonna save y'all. You feel me? Let me go grab my charger before this ish die. Sorry about that. Make sure this thing didn't die. All right, back to it, man. I'm back to it. I want to stay on Twitter and read some comments. Okay, here are my next thoughts on like the Courtney Vandersloot Chicago Sky situation. If the Chicago Sky do trade Angel Reese, I'm not sure how much they get. I'm not sure how much they get back. I'm really not sure how much they get back. Will it be of the same value? You're going to trade a player that needs to develop, right? It's tough. It's tough to say. Angel Reese keeps you competitive, but again, unless she develops, she's going to be part of the problem. Unless she develops, she's going to be part of the problem. It's really sometimes in basketball and sometimes for these teams, what they don't understand is it's not about who you, and this is what I don't think Angel understands as well. Sometimes it's not about who you're able to recruit or who you're able to attract to your team. Sometimes you have to get better individually. As in the pieces you have may be fine. I'm not saying this for the Chicago Sky, but I'm saying the pieces you have may be fine. They may be all right if you all improve individually. If you improve yourself, if Angel Reese turns into a 60% shooter 0 to 5 feet from the hoop, the dynamics of the team are completely different. If this player fixes one of their weaknesses or improves on one of their weaknesses, if Haley Van Lith is comfortable at least dribbling to her right, the team gets better. Sometimes it comes back to the player's individual skill that can help boost the team. It's not always so much about recruiting that free agent or picking up this player in the draft. Sometimes you have to get better individually. Sometimes you have to improve internally first. Then you might attract the external. As in, I believe if we were ranking teams on pull, like free agency pull, since we know everyone in 2026 is going to be a free agent, right? If we were ranking teams, some of the bottom teams on free agency pull, who has more pull? The Chicago Sky or the Washington Mystics? The Chicago Sky or the Indiana Fever? The Chicago Sky or Connecticut Sun? Hell, maybe that's the only battle Chicago might win. A real hooper might be like, oh, Connecticut got something brewing over here. But if we were to pull that, you would probably see that the Mystics, and I want to use the Mystics as an example, have more free agency pull because they see that there is not just talent, but there's also a level of maturity, as in you're seeing players that know and want to improve themselves. So you understand at coming in as a vet or coming in as a player that might be more skilled that, hey, my push or my progression where I am in my career, I can come to this team that wants to grow and we're going to grow together. Even though I might be like yards ahead of them, I know that they're still pushing to grow together. So me coming there actually like pulls everybody along. They push me, I push them. So it's almost like a mutual benefit, right? So a free agency might look at DC and be like, yo, look at Sony, Kiki, Shakira. They got something going there. Look at Indiana. Look at Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark. Oh shoot, they got something going on over there. That's why a lot of those free agents ran to Indiana last offseason. Because they saw what it was. You see what I'm saying? My bad. I had to get the alarm right there. Technical difficult, no. But they saw basically that Indiana had an attractive young core. When you look at Chicago, maybe one of the other things that Angel Reese was right about was that Chicago isn't. She didn't really say this, but low key, again, when I tell y'all that Angel Reese should have reframed or restructured how she said some of the things she said, she could have been like, I don't think that Chicago is an attractive, or she could have said, I don't think the Chicago Sky are I don't think we're an attractive organization to potential free agents. That's how you call out the franchise, and really, if you want to, call out the front office without throwing everybody under the bus. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I felt like Angel Reese could have said. She could have been like, yeah, I don't think we're an attractive organization. Covers her ass, gets the point across. You know? I don't think Chicago's an attractive organization either, but you'd also have to then analyze, why aren't you an attractive organization? What is it about the team? Is it just the front office? Now, players might recognize that the front office is on BS, but if they see the players and it damn near looks like, okay, they're not good, they're not going to be good, but they can see the improvement, they can see like the internal hunger to try to get better, to try and be competitive in games. Players can respect that. Players, they're looking at, especially potential free agents, they're looking at players that want to get better again. And if you have this young core, as in Haley Van Lith, Maddie Westfeld, Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese, and you can see that there's talent there that might be worth pushing with or progressing with, then you probably might look a little bit more attractive. But again, this is why I say, Angel, you don't really get to say these things yet, because they're looking at you like, okay, you're the best rebounder in the league, sure, but your game, if you can't take your game to the next level, why would I come there? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're not, what are you going to help me with if I go over there? You mean I'm looking for a big that I can run pick and roll with, and what's the point of, I might as well take this pull up with two people from the mid range, because if I drop it off to you, you're shooting 30% in front of the hoop, or you're shooting 40% right in front of the hoop. That's, again, internally, you're already not attracting anyone. You know what I mean? Like, Angel should have restructured what she said. But again, we already said that the Chicago Sky front office isn't a real thing. They're not a real place. That is not real. Dude has never hooped. You know what I'm saying? Dude has never hooped. And his GM. And people want to get mad at me for trying to talk to somebody looking for a job. Don't shit on my expertise. My knowledge is very beautiful to me. Don't shit on my motivation to be involved in the sport that I love. Dude ain't even pick up a basketball. Dude try to keep his playing career a secret. Who is he, Stephen A. Smith? Hey man, but let's trade Angel Reese. Let's continue this streak of trading away the good players that we have. Yeah, Chicago again. Investigate. I probably should have changed the title of this live stream. Investigate the Chicago Sky organization. Someone's pulling strings there that because all of this when to me is like when it doesn't make sense, do you follow the money? What money is there to follow? But when it doesn't make sense, investigate. When it doesn't make sense, when it's like there's no vision to see, investigate. We investigate the Seattle Storm off excuse me, off players yelling at like players yell at the Minnesota Lynx investigation. Like, what are we doing? Investigate Chicago. It's money laundering at organization. Like, investigate them. What are they doing? They're just throwing away every. All right. Good follow podcast talks about the disrespect towards Courtney Vandersloot. This is Roz Gold on Wooday's podcast. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play a little bit for y'all. When it doesn't make sense, literally, it's like there's no vision in the game. Let me hold up. I see. Actually, hold on. What is Roz wearing? Is that a Sky jersey? Okay, I thought Roz was wearing a Sky jersey for some reason. We're not doing that. I'm gonna play a little bit of this Roz Gold on Wooded clip. I don't like going against Roz because Roz low key bae. But let me see what Roz says. She's talking about the disrespect towards Courtney Vandersloot. Here's the thing. I don't think the disrespect is unwarranted though. I don't think it's invalid. Like, we're not going at prime Courtney Vandersloot. You see what I'm talking about? Like, we're talking about Courtney Vandersloot now because I'm already making the inference that Roz is about to say, oh, this is a Hall of Fame PG. This is a Hall of Fame PG that deserves yada yada yada, that is proven herself yada yada yada. Let's see what Roz says, and then I'll read the chat comments.
In the off season, not in season. Boom. I missed step number 2, calling teammates out by name. Yeah. And especially Courtney Vandersloot. I want to come to you after this because you calling out Courtney Vandersloot, this is literally a legend of the game. I'm sure she didn't mean, but you could have delivered this message without ever saying her name. And this is literally someone who is a 2-time champion. In fact, has brought
resume
a championship to the very organization that y'all are playing on. She has literally delivered them, the Chicago Sky, a championship.
That's facts.
You are a second-year player.
That's. Oh, hold on, Roz. Okay, Roz basically saying that. Well, I called it. Did I not? He's a legend of the game. Brought them a championship. 2-time champion. Thank you, Roz, for finally telling Angel Reese she's a second-year player. She's out of place. I thought I was about to disagree with Roz. Roz, you cooking? Hold on.
A nuance about how you need to speak about someone that great, even if they're at the
Okay. Roz is talking about how she's speaking towards Courtney Vandersloot, but I'm gonna just take Roz's point and use that to reinforce my own. I'm gonna just take that because what did I say? I told y'all Angel should have reframed what she said because you're out of line. You're out of place. You saying that as a second-year player, talking about which players need to come back and whatnot. You especially being the player that you are. You're the best rebounder in the league. That's it. That's all. That's really the only attribute we can give you. Like, we can't call you the best player on the team. We're still undecided about that. We can't call you an MVP candidate. We can't call you a person that led them to the playoffs. We can't call you the new age yet. So who are you to start calling out people and throwing your teammates under the bus? You have to reframe it in a way. Now, I think that, again, her comments about Courtney Vandersloot were genuine. I really do. Like, I don't think it was so. I can understand why Roz is like saying it, taking it kind of like as disrespect, and that's valid. I can see that, but again, I just don't think that was. I don't think it was malicious in a way, but again, who's coming from? And Angel wants to say, oh, it's not the message, it's the messenger. Well, exactly. That's the exact problem. It's the messenger. Like Angel Reese said, that's the problem. Like the messenger is the problem. Oh, they're always gonna come at you. No, Angel, it's because you don't get to say that yet. You do not get to say that yet. So I'm actually agreeing. I'm agreeing with the. I'm agreeing shit out of Roz. You know what I'm saying? I agree, Roz. Let me keep playing.
Latter part of their career, and I felt that she was missing the respect factor there.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back a
The
little bit.
latter part of their career, and there's a nuance about how you need to speak
This is facts.
about someone that great, even if they're at the towards more of the.
I don't. Again, just in general, I felt like let's not just all make this about Angel. But I see why I see why Roz is saying that because she called Angel called Courtney out by name. So actually, I'll give that to Roz.
Latter part of their career, and I felt that she was missing the respect factor there.
Can I say this, Ross? To the young players,
This is Angel McCoughtry.
we don't mention age to us legends, okay? We know we're getting older. We don't need a reminder from y'all. Let me tell you this. I used to tease Swing Cash and them, Sue Bird, like, y'all still stretching over there? Come on. And then I had Kelsey Plum and them teasing me. I'm like, wow, look at this reverse thing. Because you're going to get old one day, and you're going to see how it feels when you're trying to come back. You know, we're trying to get our bodies together. But like you said, she's a legend. You respect your legends as they are.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Roz low-key kind of reinforced some of the things I've been saying as well. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Chat, let me hold on. The funny the league is expanding and a lot of teams are a mess. I swear you changed your name. Hawk SR2. I want to say like, did you change your name? Because it used to be something else. No? Hawk SR2. It's funny the league is expanding and a lot of teams are a mess. Connecticut seems like a good destination for Reese. With Aaliyah Edwards there? I don't know about that. With Aaliyah Edwards there? Aaliyah Edwards, Tina Charles. I don't know if Tina Charles wants to leave. Tina Charles is on what, a Supermax? That low-key would probably depend on Tina Charles, but like you'd probably have to give up some picks. Who do you trade for who do you trade for Angel Reese? The Chicago pick up Tina Charles. There's Chicago, damn. Now I think about it, bruh. Chicago might be more of a dead end than Dallas. I call Dallas the black hole of organizations, but now is shaping up to be Chicago. Dallas might be a black hole and Chicago might be a dead end. Paige getting busy. I'll give it to her. Paige is getting busy. She's shaking shit up. Good for her, but she's one player, bro. I don't know why, but I felt a lot of peace with just Paige playing. Like not having to worry about like some of the other players. The only players I'm really rocking with in Dallas, Lee Yarou. I like Giselle Soder. Maddie Seagrass low-key is a bucket. Like Paige and Maddie might get shit shaken if they build some chem. I really like Maddie Seagrass. I really like Isaiah James. Some of the rookies still not getting enough burn. Well, they're not rookies anymore, but a lot of these teams have pieces. But who do you give up for Angel Reese, dog? We gotta get to the playoffs, man. We gotta get to the playoffs. I'm gonna maybe read a couple more comments about Chicago, and then we'll get to the playoffs. When it's not live, she didn't mention Rachel. Yeah, it's really Angel just not watching her words. Watching Courtney I'm just reading random Twitter comments now. Watching Courtney Vandersloot get cooked on defense next year gonna have me crying, dog. Run them once. Again, I don't know if it's disrespect at the latter part of someone's career, but it's like you understand, like y'all seen that short of Jeff Teague where he said I was trying to score on all of the old dudes in the NBA. Like he was trash talking Kevin Garnett when he went by him and scored on him. He was trash talking like Kobe when he went by him and scored on him. And they were all older, right? KG was older, Kobe was older. I forget who else he was talking about, who he went at. Who was it? Darren Williams. When he was cooking all the old vets and he didn't give a damn. Like, it's not so much that it's disrespect. It's more so like, yo, it's my time now. It's like, yo, time done. And that's basically what it is. Like the old players will tell you that too. The hoop looking far as hell, they'll tell you the same thing. Like they know their time is like it's going down. Like they're about to retire and whatnot. It's just that's just what it is. I don't disrespect to me would be like saying that they ain't really do nothing or what they did wasn't impactful. To me, that's disrespect. Calling a player or saying that it might be complicated for a player this age to come back and have the same impact, that's not necessarily disrespectful. That's actually just blunt. It's just, I wouldn't say it's truthful because some people might debate it. I'd just say it's blunt. I'd say it's clear. I'd say you're being honest. No, it's synonymous with truthful, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's really not disrespect. You see what I'm saying? Like, understanding that the guard is about to be passed, I don't really think that's disrespect. I feel like it's disrespect when you cross a line and say, oh, this player ain't, well, according to Jeff Teague, that's what he was saying, but is disrespectful when you say, like, this player ain't shit or hasn't done anything. Like, you would have to clarify and be like, okay, this player ain't shit now. That can be your opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can defend that. You can back that up, whatever. Exit interviews are going to be happening soon. Asking Jalen Sherrod about playing with Sabrina Ionescu, Courtney Williams. Courtney Vandersloot exit interview will be rescheduled at a time TBD alongside Ariel Atkins and Angel Reese. Last interview of the day will be Jeff Pagliocca. That's how you pronounce it, right? Pagliocca. Tina Charles and Courtney Vandersloot both playing next season. You know Nneka, Skylar, and Dewana will be back. Let's hear it for the vets. But here's the thing. Tina Charles is doing work. Nneka is still doing work. Skylar, she here and there. Dewana, she's here and there. Tina and Nneka are getting busy, bruh. These are vets that are still, they're still getting shit shaken. So I don't, like, you don't want to be disrespected. You don't want to have your name called out. Your game has to be at that same level. Does it not? Does it not? The reason why some vets don't get called out is because they're still cooking. No. Am I wrong? Are the players wrong? No, because these vets are still cooking. Nneka over here hitting game winners against us. Like, Nneka's going crazy. Nneka shooting 70% when she plays. Like, bruh, she's still doing stuff. But we're gonna talk about it being disrespect for a player that don't even shoot a wide open pull up midi from the free throw line. That ain't disrespect. I'm sorry, Sloot. Like, I don't want to say it, but like, I don't want to say it, but again, run them ones. Run them ones. Maddie Westfeld versus Courtney Vandersloot. You win, you get a spot on the team. Oh, actually, that's not fair because they're not in the same position. Get your draft picks. Get your training camp contract signees. Run ones for that guard spot. Haley versus Sloot. How many times that happened this season? It probably didn't happen too much this season. And then, Sloot got hurt in her 7th game. Run Haley versus Sloot. That's what I want to see. Run some ones. Run Arella Garantes. And what if they did? What if they did do that and Arella and Haley kind of went crazy? Run ones. I know Miss 3v3 HV3, Miss 3v HV Liffy. She would probably work Sloot. Run ones. Play for that spot. Give me a gladiator tournament for that spot. Hold on, let me check the camp. All right, we're still cooking. I got probably about like 30 minutes. I know it's been an hour stream, but let me rechat real quick. Jamal. That's an I, no? Yeah, that's an I. Jean May 22. Chicago is a dead end because they never wanted to invest fully into the athletes. Ice bath and trash cans. To your comment, some teams do have ice baths and trash cans. I think that's more so along like football teams. Like more football teams do that than, but it can't happen in basketball. Yeah, it's not. I agree with that first part, but ice bath and trash cans, that's not necessarily like a. It's not a dead end thing, you know what I mean? A lot of teams do that actually. That's not uncommon. Shit, I still got to get to the playoffs. Maybe we do playoffs tomorrow. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'll do a playoff review tomorrow. Playoff review tomorrow at 8:30. 8:30 or 9. It's around the same time I started this. Probably 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. live stream tomorrow. We're going to be going over the playoff predictions and whatnot. Because you know what? This actually works out. Because I did say in my last live stream that I would pick up where I left off. Because I ended up talking more so about Angel Reese. And then the Courtney Vandersloot situation kind of happened a little bit right after. So yeah, I did say I would pick up from that and like tackle the Courtney Vandersloot shit, the Angel Reese trade rumors. Roz Golden Wood, she actually hit the nail on the head. Like she was more so referring to like the disrespecting of Sloot, but I don't really think it was that. But she did hit the nail on the head when she said like, yo, you gotta like watch how you're talking about, or just watch what you're saying, like restructure what you're saying, because you did call her out by name. I get that. That's a valid response. I can't fault Roz for that. Roz actually like made a lot of sense right there. But they're low key saying exactly what I've been saying. They low key said exactly what I said. Now, this post that went viral like a couple days ago, 4 days ago, a WNBA executive says the Chicago Sky are the worst run organization in the league and that Angel Reese should demand a trade. Dog, like, bro, we know this, right? This exec said, quote, she needs to get the hell out of there. Chicago is probably the worst run organization in the league. They already have player polls on this. They might have had administration polls on this as well. Players voted that as the worst run organization. This is not news. You're gonna suspend your best player just because she's putting pressure on you to get better. That was embarrassing to see. Quote. Okay, I disagree with that end part. Again, you gotta be fair here. That's not how you go about things. If you're Angel Reese, what don't these people understand? Like what Angel Reese said, low-key should be a private meeting with management. If you're going to say it like that, that should be a private meeting with management. If you're going to give the right 2K answer and say, well, yeah, this year was tough. My teammates are doing everything that we could. We're probably just going to have to, I have to get better. We probably all have to get better internally. I feel like maybe if we can all get better individually, that'll lead to the team being better or whatnot. It might make this place more attractive, because I don't think, cite your sources, pull up the polls of saying a lot of players think this organization is not run well. Like, that's how you put it on the front office. You don't have to put it on the entire team. Slander, like, say something like that. Like, yo, we've already see that, Chicago Sky isn't favored here. So maybe we can be the players, or maybe we could be the ones that turn this around or whatnot. But or we already see how people or how other teams and players view the organization or view the front office. So like, there's only so much the players can do or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, give them the 2K response. But I'm tired of all these people backing up Angel Reese's comments saying, oh, she's putting pressure on you to get better. Not like that. Again, how many times do I have to stress this? Not like that. Angel Reese, and here's why I say this. Because Angel didn't cover her ass. She didn't cover her own ass. The only reason technically you could say she's CYA'd is because she understands or understood that everyone else is going to back her up because she has that firewall, because you have a WNBA exec defending her, which is why she felt emboldened to say it, because she knew or knows that people are going to back her up. That doesn't make how she went about it right. I don't know how many times I'm going to explain this. And again, if you're a WNBA exec, you can defend Angel Reese and still say the same thing. It's just like, okay, the suspension kind of looked stupid. Like, yeah, I think the Chicago Sky run the worst organization, but if you're Angel, I think you could have gone about that a little bit differently. That might not have been your second year player. So I don't know how much pull or how much sway you have in that locker room or even on the front office. If we all recognize that the front office is one of the worst run in the league, first of all, why would I defend Angel Reese if I don't even know the power or the sway she has on that front office? If that front office is so evil, if that front office is so terrible, I would first, before I said anything, defend or agree. I'd be like, yo, what's your relationship between you and the front office? Is it any different than the relationship with the other stars that left the organization? That would be the first thing I look at before I defend or agree with Angel Reese. You see what I'm saying? So unless you have that sway at the front office, do they see you as the best player? Do they see you as a franchise tag player? Do they see you as a building block? Whatever. Do they see you as a movable piece? Like, I just feel like people aren't being fair. They just like, it's easy to agree when everyone's saying it. Like, it's easy to jump on that wagon when everyone's saying it. You know? But it's absolutely wild. Like, everyone's just skipping over the fact that Angel Reese is a second-year player, dog. What drama do you hear about second? Like, this is the most drama I've ever heard about a second-year player ever. All sports. And I said that last stream. This is the most drama I've ever heard about a second-year player. What are your thoughts? Hawks SR2 says, what are your thoughts on Camilla and rebuilding? Chicago rebuilding? I don't like the Liz comparison. Oh, Liz Cambage. Someone's making a comparison between Liz Cambage and Camila Cardoso. Well, at least Liz scored 50 points. Liz scored like 50 points in a game, right? At least Liz did that. Camilla, remember how and we talked about this before too. Check my videos. I think it was a video too. It wasn't even a live stream. I made a video where I said Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso need to stop shooting the ball. And I also said if they trade one, they can decide who they want to build around. Because I did say if none of these players are going to necessarily improve or develop, again, internally or individually, they can choose, like choosing to trade one of them and building around one of them wouldn't be an illogical move. That's if they're not going to develop. If they're not going to develop internally, individually. You see what I'm saying? Camila Cardoso, again, that ceiling's high, man. Angel Reese, that ceiling's high. It really is, though. They have such high. Oh my gosh, this is why I have an entire series on this channel called "Why Am I Unemployed?" Sometimes it's not about the players you pull from outside. Like sometimes it's not about the external. Sometimes all it is about the internal. If Angel and Camila Cardoso were at 50% of their potential, do you understand how differently the Chicago's check out that same tweet that I read and it told y'all like the players that Jeff P decided to pick up in the offseason: Sloot, Kia, Ariel Atkins, Rebecca Allen. That list does not look the same if Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese are looking more like a Brianna Jones and Brittany Griner. I don't think those signings look the same, man. So sometimes it's just about getting better in individually. And in terms of the rebuilding, I'm not sure. I can't because I don't know what Chicago's doing. I don't know what Chicago's doing. I really don't. So I don't like, are they rebuilding? Because that's not how you rebuild. Are you tanking? You can't tank. There's nothing to tank for. There's nothing to tank to. What would you say about a team that consistently shuttles out some of the best players in the league? What would you say about that team? Especially knowing that they can't tank. Tanking doesn't matter anymore. What would you say about that team? I say investigate their ass. That's all I'm saying. I can't really, like, Chicago confuses me. The Chicago confused Sky. I don't know. But again, I'm still trying to answer the question of who do you trade for Angel Reese? Do teams want Angel Reese? People are trying to get her to the Mystics. I'm like, people want to get her to the Mystics. I'm like, what? Why? I'm like, yeah. Why you want her? Yeah. Now, if Angel Reese was a 60% 0 to 5 feet from the hoop shooter, come on down. Yeah, take Steph. Go ahead. We traded Aaliyah. Go ahead, take Steph. Peace. I'm the type that still want AE over Angel Reese. I'm still going to Leah Edwards over Angel Reese. Call me biased or whatnot, but I feel like I saw the potential when AE dubbed up Brianna Stewart and Unrivaled. So regardless, too, 4s and 5s run the league, no? Or 4s and 3s run the league. Forwards run the league. Why are we trading Aaliyah Edwards? I'm still going Aaliyah Edwards over Angel Reese because I'm measuring. I have a completely different measuring system in terms of potential than some of the same people that work. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't want, I wouldn't want Angel Reese. I wouldn't want this version of Angel Reese, I guess. I wouldn't want this version of Angel Reese. But again, who are you trading? What are you giving up for Angel Reese? It's probably going to be picks. It's probably going to be future picks. And from what we see, this 2026 draft class and 2027 draft class are going to be the ones. So unless you have something from those draft classes, I don't know, man. Dead team. Chicago Sky, dead organization. I'll probably wrap up the live stream right there. I guess I was able to. I'll probably have to change the title of this live stream, but at least I was able to finish my thought on the Angel Reese, Courtney Vandersloot, Chicago Sky situation. I'm gonna put a button on that right there. I probably won't, unless anything else crazy happens or develops over the offseason. Excuse me. I probably won't really mention the Chicago Sky that much again because I really want to jump into the playoffs. But that stream will be tomorrow while you guys are here. Chat while you're here. The stream, the playoff prediction stream. This is going to be, I think this is probably going to be the most fun stream we've done in a minute. But the playoff prediction stream will be tomorrow, 9 p.m. Saturday. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Don't party too hard. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Or maybe just party after that. I'll run the playoff prediction video. I know I'm like over an hour on this one. But that one should be an hour. I don't think I'm going to spend too much time because we're going to really key in on the series that I think are actually going to make the biggest difference. And then maybe we can do playoff prediction and end of season awards, or I might just do maybe we'll do playoff prediction and end of season awards. Wrap that up, 15 minutes for end of season awards, majority for the playoff series. Yeah, I like that. But tomorrow, guys, 9 p.m. I know I don't really have a way of reminding. I do sometimes post on the community part of the channel. So if you subscribe, turn on any notifications, I will post. I will make a little community post on the channel so you all are able to see when I'm going live. Chat, I don't know what team John May 22 says I don't know what team she would go to. Chicago can't fumble any more picks because that third pick for AA, she's great, but this season, man. Shouts out to everyone who has notifications on. John May 22, I appreciate you. Salute to you. Shouts out to everyone who has notifications on. Yeah, Ariel Atkins, again, to me, Ariel Atkins and Rebecca Allen weren't bad pickups. You know what I mean? They weren't bad pickups. But it's just, we've already talked about this. I promise y'all can check my previous lives, put the speed on 2 times, listen to it 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Check my previous videos that I've done. We've already said everything that's playing out. Like I say on this channel, you heard it here first, but that's going to do it for me. I appreciate all of you tuning into the live stream. I appreciate everyone who's engaging in the chat. Thank you for spending some time with me this Friday. Remember, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Playoff prediction, man. We're going to get it cracking. It's been your boy Hendrix. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. I keep forgetting. I feel like it's Saturday already, but enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay blessed. I'm out of here. Peace.